Yo, what's good? What's up? I got some things to go over. Don't mind that. That's kind of weird. Yeah. Been going over something. I've been looking at, criteria. Just saying a fancy word. Siege is not really dying, and I feel like people say it not enough. But they can see it, so I say it. That's, saving everyone time just to not be depressed. But I won't say Siege is dying. I would probably say it has its difficulties at keeping people in and out of the game. And of course, you can say gameplay and whatnot and sit here and talk about how bad the game is. But let's just go over the mindset of Bang Bang Kid. But we have some things to go over. Yes, I wrote it down. I'm gonna call this video Best Siege Video. Siege versus Death. So, thing to talk about. Cheaters are half of the problem. What do I mean by this? When I say cheaters are half of the problem, people invite them in. But let's not go jumping back and forth into topics. Stay with me. Cheaters are coming into the game helping us get champ. But little do we know that they're fucking up our elo by just saying, let's just hit champ, fuck it, who cares what they think about it, and let's do it. Some cheaters deserve remorse, I will say that. Some of them are not all bad. They just want to hit a certain rank and stop cheating. But the best way is, they're going to stop cheating unless someone stops them. Shut up, Skittles. And some of them, puts them to shame. Shut up, Uzi. So it's like, let alone, you can say, what is that? That's content. Again, stay with me. So it's like, bro, how can we stay stable into this game where cheaters are accepted into this game just to make us hit a certain rank? Make that make sense? So I'll just say this. People invite them in, yes. And let's get into the nitty gritty of that. When I say people invite them in, like I said, people invite them to their games to just hit a certain rank and get off. And like I said, some of them don't even cheat. But you say, hey, you just mumbo jumbled and you just basically just repeat yourself. Guess what? Everything's for a reason and on purpose. So check this out. Look, when that happens, you say elo doesn't matter, but let's just say you don't kill or even take out the cheater in itself. Just saying that I'm down one person, so what? And then vice versa, when it comes on to your end about when you're playing against a cheater, what do you automatically 100, see? Bro, that was funny, I did that. That was some gibberish shit. But anyways, it's like automatically you was want to like not want to take this seriously. Fuck it, it's a cheater, so why even go try hard? Bro, I ain't gonna lie. As me seeing cheaters and like watching YouTube about it, bro. These players, you'd be surprised how bad they are if they just basically cheat. But if they're on PC and they're just full blame, you could get some, not even content if you're not even a streamer, because obviously that's kind of fucked up. But it's like, in the end, it's like, bro, you can just look at that as a normal player and see how the game can actually work as a unit to defeat one person, And they say that, make him think that he's good so you can, just win a game. No, think about it as this. If you're trying to beat someone at Rainbow Six Siege, you have to work as a team just to kill one person, right? That's like someone getting walled. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna ban a trick. You have to protect that teammate. It may look a bit diverse, probably the wrong word to use, but only in the end, you look at it and see like, okay, if we want this one person dead, we have to put these traps here, these traps there, someone here, someone there, and not only because that or this or anything in particular, you would realize everything you're doing is for a reason. Now watch this. Content creators need to teach us how to play Siege at a champ level. That's how you would defeat cheaters. Because you would think a cheater is spawn picking a dumb angle, and then you realize this angle is an angle for an angle, and then for a hole, then for a bowl, and then you eat cereal, and now your cereal is soggy with no milk, and then your spoon is a fork, and then the milk slips out, and it's like, damn, I just sold. You didn't really sell. You just didn't know what the fuck you were doing. So, and Braxton, FPS, I said the name right. He is very good at what he does. He plays the game, and that's what makes it fun, because you would say he can't be cheating, or you would say maybe he is, maybe he's not, and then come to realize he has a whole channel about him basically and really and truly just teaching you how to play the game. Not running gun or like shooting angle wise, no, sight, roaming. He gets to the nitty gritty, the detail. So when you sit back and realize an actual player who's not really, in my eyes, he's big. In my eyes, he's a champ. So I wouldn't say those two even in the same sentence. I would just say this. From my eyes, this person is really like someone that knows the game enough to be a pro. Okay, enough said, no, that was respect, you know, but now it's like, how can I really beat this person if he's good enough and he say he is? Champai. A champai is like your Izanami. So you would have a vision, a clear vision on how you would push, you would shove, you would shoot, you would dive, crouch, call out, ping, swing, anything that deals with util and you being involved. You would know how to do it if you have your Izanami, aka Champ Eye. And what is a Champ Eye? Long story short, I can't get into it because, you know, it would blind you. A Champ Eye is basically a cheater who's not cheating. You may think he just knows. Why is he doing that? He's just there. He's just good. Or you would say cool names like stop him. Then you would say another name, stop him. And then you would say one other name, stop him. You know? AKA stomping. You know? Stopping. You know? Like, bro, like, that's Champ Eye. You would think he's cheating because he's so good. And that's how you see why these content creators, they beat so many cheaters, because they have this. You know, they have this ability to be like, okay, bet, if you actually going to try hard, might just buckle up and you know what I'm saying? Like, you're cheating, but nigga, I'm finna give you what I got. Sorry, YouTube. You know, like, I'm finna give you what I got, bro. So don't be trying to be like, oh yeah, you cheating. You know, plenty of times I've watched Uzi videos and they claim he's cheating. Skittle videos claim he's cheating. They're not cheating. You're actually playing the game now, you know? It's like, it's one thing to show up to work and just clown with your coworkers, then just going to work and actually working. That's siege to them. That's their fucking job. So, yeah. Speaking of the J word, I'm sorry, I might blur that word out. Anyways, burning out. Burning out comes from a long way. Burning out is not just the mental, it's the physical. But the way the game Siege works, it attacks your mental first. And I feel like for any other game, it would. But the way this game does, it would make sure that you enjoy your time. And then the moment you shoot, you just freak. That's the best thing it would do for you. And then on top of that, if you want to play the game like you're not really playing tryhards and your rank is not saying that you're a tryhard, and then you go into a game and you play my tryhards, the game is basically saying you didn't play the game you didn't play the game all day today. So these guys are already diamond and then damn near gonna hit fucking champ, and then you're a bronze, and then you realize they're in the right rank and you're playing with them. What are you supposed to mean, you know? So, and why would you hire my MMR from me just to put me in a game that you think I am capable of playing? Yes, you're my dog. Not enough. Strip me down and don't. Yeah. And here's the babies. Wah. We got content creators leaving. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Shout out Junko. I'm gonna say this right now before I even get to nitty gritties. Bro, Junko is cool as hell, you know? And I want to say this before I say anything. Again, I'm gonna bring up Stop Him. You know, if you don't know Stop Him, too bad, too sad. I'm gonna bring him up, bro. I rap bro because now nigga's pro and he came from console, bro. Before I was Xbox, I was a PS4, nigga PS2, nigga PS1, nigga. Like I'm here. So it's like console all the way, bro. So it was like, you know, and it's like niggas get PCs and like, you know, they change. Not really. I feel like for me it's like I would want to get better on console just so PC could feel like a breeze to me, you know. So it was like, bro, I'm gonna get what I need to get done, bro. And he in a Pro Team 2, G2, you know what I'm saying, bro? And them boys out there, bro. So it's like that nigga, not sorry, G2. That nigga came through, like he came through. But back on Junko, yeah, he for real. I took a second back, you know. I never could have watched him because his fan base, bro. Enough said. But I took a second back and watched like I think a 3, 4, 5 hour live video he did. You know, I think it was on Siege, his first time coming back. And I think today too he did a tourney. I didn't get to watch it yet, but I'm gonna watch it. I'll be seeing that shit then. But yeah. When content creators stop playing the game, it makes us feel bad. It makes us feel like Siege is actually dying. It makes us feel like if Siege can be not in a better place, but in a better predicament. Because again though, these content creators make up the game. So let's say putting Siege in a good place, some people like the bots and the AIs, they might possibly leave. And then you will probably just have like the good players and like the come ups on the game, which is fine, but it doesn't make the game fun. Then again, if it's competitive, it makes it mean, rude, and then you see COD in it, you know, S&D, and the game didn't seem to want that. So you may wonder, if Siege is allowing all this to happen, and when I say Siege, I don't say Ubisoft or the people behind them, I say Siege, because at the end of the day though, they have to listen to higher ups, yes, but at the end of the day though, they have to sit there and realize, if I can listen to this and put the game out there for some money, what type of person am I? And then that is me being a real N-word, you know, and I say N-word, not the actual word, because I feel like it was coming from the heart, and you know, I lucky don't want to get demonetized. So yeah, but I do my dues. When I say nigga, I say sorry YouTube, you know, and not sorry, you know, only because I'm talking about Stompton, you know, I can't do this bro. So anyways, yeah, am I done? No, listen, and why do you think all of this makes sense? Let me wonder. We all know content creators make up the game. We know that. We all know content creators make up the game. We know that. Let's say it again for people in the back. We all know content creators make up the game. But now with everything I've said, you think you have lost me, but you didn't. Have you in a loop? Have you in my Izanami? So now you have to play this game of cat and mouse on me, purposely confusing you just to get you another shot at me. Haha. And that's how you go blind. About Itachi, you'd wonder, why did he do that to his brother? Bloodline, you know? If you get my drift is not drifting, but my drift is going straight. So if I hit you, sorry. Anyways, if you try to be someone you're not, you won't be successful at it. Okay? Okay. Now, let's talk Siege beef. Whoa. Yes, it made the game fun, competitive, laughable, you know. You have your sides, but respectfully, respect the community, you know. Timmy shouldn't get a shot from Jinxie's squad because you got mad because he said good shit, Junko. You know, relax. It's a team game, and then again we have our crowds, but then again it's one love, right? You know, it's like, so we're pretending to be mad at each other? No, it's a competitive game. Let's just say your friend beats you in a game that you love, and they beat you and you get mad at them, you know? That's going to happen, but you're just watching. So stop trying to put that on other people, you know? And that's kind of coming from Courage Kenshin too, you know, shout out Corey, you know? It's like, man, come on. So it's like, stop, because it makes it weird and awkward. Like, I'm not, and then again too, is like, for me personally, when I say I get ego boosted, for example, way too much, I feel like I'm not the king, but I feel like you depend on me way too much. It's like, bro, I'm gonna mess up too. I'm gonna, like, you know, do dumb shit. I'm gonna trust you to do what I need to do to help us, and then you mess up, and then, you know, all these things come to line, not just saying that, so you're just good, and you just ego strike yourself mid-sentence. Really? Not really. I'm telling you the truth, but now it's not saying like you just broke your promise. No. Truth is, you are good enough for what you can be capable of. So like I said, don't try to be someone you're not. Because if I send you on a mission and you fuck up, you're not who I thought you was. Siege rivalry. You can fight, you know, you can go, you can kill, you can have fun, you can, you know, have this annoying brat on your back 24/7, and you may just mean, well, this 1v1. No, it's fun to do that, but also it's boring, you know. And then once you get 1 inch of 1v1, people want to see it every single time, and you know, too bad, too sad. But at the end of the day though, it's like, is it better on a squad? Why? hear me out, because they have to realize there's other people around them, and only if you know or don't know who that person you're trying to rival with is as an operator or like their playstyle, it makes it more fun, because now you have to zim your way to them, and you can do extra cool things too at that, so it's like it makes it more funner. That's to make it a word, so it's like, don't try to abuse 1v1s and then you get bored of it. A nigga play rank and it's like, okay, he's good enough, 1v1 me. What? Bro, I'm trying to play rank, bro. I'm just trying to rank up, And it's like, why can't we just, zim through these kids, Like, I don't want to make these clips about 1v1s all day long, And me as a YouTuber, that's why I do shorts, Shorts are their 1v1s, and that's why people love shorts, especially my shorts, So it was like, sorry, my chin, and it did a weird sound. Keep it in? Yes. Anyways, yeah, so like, bro, I was like, bro, they like it. So it was like, why be someone else that I'm not? Why do certain clips that other people do and not be myself? I'm gonna be myself at the end of the day, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what everything comes to Siege, and that's why I will always love Siege, and that's why people like me don't leave Siege. I just got this whole video. I'm not done. Blah, blah, blah. All for this, It's like, bro, like, I love this game. So none of saying that I don't want it to die. I just don't want it to be forgotten, because everything dies. Remember that, bro. Remember that. And I would get into detail about bringing old stuff back that people do talk about, and new things is like, no, like, nigga, if I could, I'll cry. Sorry, YouTube. Like, I'll cry. No, like, everything dies. We just need it to be a good death, Everything dies, Remember that. There's a lot to take in, but remember that, man. Real. But let's talk about dual front. I'm not gonna cut that VOD because it's like, dual front is something that's going to be happening. Dual front, bro, is like an event in the one game mode. All the events, the one game mode. I've seen previews of it, or like I've seen people like play it. I've seen his name is KUDOS. Him. He's been playing it. I've seen that. But it's not something to bash. It's something to look out for, I would say, It's like, and I'm not gonna jinx it, but I know, have a good time playing that game mode as those people. So yeah. Oh yeah, my favorite one. Teaming up. Team up with content creators, like creator versus creator, like they have events with creators playing, with each other, That's what makes Siege at that too. Sorry, I cut out so fast. I don't want to ruin the surprise. But say this. Yo, you don't really want to make it too competitive when you teaming up with people, or creators of content, because sometimes it does get tricky when people be saying certain stuff, and it does sound serious, and it sounds like they mean harm behind it, because it's big creators that they stand behind, so it's like, I do respect that from that aspect, so I had to say this. Yeah, but make it fun, team up, like invite people. Shout out Alicia. I watch her. Like I say her name because it's crazy. She has a call out. Her name is a call out on Oregon. Like, Alicia, coming from Freezer, get that wall straight ahead. Like, wow, like, that's cool. But yeah, like, she wanted to be one of this female streamer. Yeah, it was cool, teamed up, really, pretty much, because, it wasn't too competitive, but it was fun, it's like, and it was crazy, at the end of the day, you get shit on, if you're good or bad, you would get shit on, someone's going to win, but during that free time of playing with, other creator that we all know, it's like, it's cool to see that, like, the community is together as the creators, it's like, without the viewers, without the bits, without the subs, without anything that you represent in a video game, just you as a person, content creator, like, you have that magic touch in the world, so it's like, yeah, just keep up with your shit for real, like, people like me are on the come up, and I say, and I say, I'm going to stay on his side. And who is this person I'm talking about? I'm going to stay on Braxton FPS side because he's doing exactly what I intended someone to do, you know? And shout out SimVal too, because he does the same thing too, but he does operators and he does like sections on like what they play at. So it's like, that's kind of unique too, but yeah, just really, truly, importantly, all love. But you know, like always, have fun and watch this video. Psych, not done. And you may wonder, you talked about Champai, you talked about all these, you know, unique things that I really think that it can make more sense. I didn't forget. Never forget. You need to watch Fetch. I don't forget. We never forget. We need to watch Fetch. I don't forget. You don't forget. We need to watch Fetch. Like a chant. Yes, watch him. Meaning, drumroll please. Watch Pro League. If you want to master your Champai, if you want to master, why is this a champ play? Why every time they do this strat, it works? It kills me. Every time I go around it, it makes me look bad. Watch Pro League. You would see why. You would see who a cheater is versus not, you know? And then you would stop accusing people for cheating, you know? Stop. It looks bad on you, bro. You just suck. Yeah, so watch Pro League. Enough said. Watch this VOD.
Bro, I don't want to hear what y'all have to tell me, bro. I really don't. That sounds fucked up. I'm not gonna lie, man. None of that shit helps, bro. I'm like, when you guys have these crazy, like, niche things that make you not feel sick, I get sick. Wait, that made no sense. Anytime you guys tell me some niche thing to not feel sick, it doesn't do anything. Damn, he doesn't trust a Mexican. I never trust a Marvin. That's what I'll tell you for sure. This guy always be saying some crazy shit like, hey, I'm keeping it frank. I'm keeping it frank, bro. Marvin tells me, he's like, bro, put honey on your forehead. Put honey underneath your nose. Drink. Dude, like, Marvin will say some freak shit, bro. And, like, I'm never going to believe it, deadass. Marvin's deadass dying, like, 300 days out of 365 days out of a year. I'm never going to listen to a motherfucker that tells me that.
Secure the bomb.
Just keep it real. Tea with lemon and honey. It just doesn't fucking work. Watch out, twin. Like, can you fuck off?
Loading mag.
I do exclamation point support, Kenny. Exclamation point support. Are you taking NyQuil, bro? NyQuil? Well, I stopped taking NyQuil because I kept waking up in the middle of the night, and then I still woke up in the middle of the night after taking no medicine, so I don't know. But peep the feed. I'm about to hip fire this guy.